with David Waugh from Waugh Design, who's a locally based graphic designer and branding expert. Thanks so much for your time. Great presentation this morning, David. You talked about, one of the key points that you talked about this morning was that it's okay to be small and that niche is big. Can you go into that a bit more now with us?
Sure. It wasn't too long ago that it was very difficult to be small. Any business needs obviously a level of critical mass to be successful. What's happened in the last few years is that technologies have just allowed us to increase the size of that niche market. So a good example is, I mentioned in the presentation about Coke with their competitions. I remember as a kid they used to run these big competitions each year. I think it was, everyone in Australia was up for winning a new car. That kind of all things to all people approach is gone. I notice now that Coke are really strategically marketing niche groups because there are better outcomes. They're more successful. Now, global companies are spending millions of marketing dollars in trying to appeal to niche markets and to not appear as big as what they are. We've almost got an advantage, being in a regional area, smaller, medium-sized businesses. We now have the opportunity with digital technologies to be able to greatly increase that niche market. We're personable, we can be friendly, we can offer great service, and we can keep doing what we've been doing in a local area, for example Armidale, but we can extend that now to target those niche markets in a bigger area.
Great. And some of the really strong words that were coming out this morning, or the key words that were coming out, was engaging. I think where people are getting their business out online and then they're using social media to assist there. A few things. You talked about websites, how they are completely changing, that try not to have it really heavy content, pages of words, that it's more about using your website to have the key messages and then linking in with social media. Can you go just touch on that and about that importance of engaging and that sort of authenticity and being very genuine?
Yeah, the word engagement is sort of quite overused now, isn't it? It's and what does it mean? I bring it back to treating digital tools, communication tools, be it a website or social media or an email, in the same way that you would if you were meeting someone at a party. So what we've generally tended to do for lots of different reasons is that we put on a different hat when we're putting something on Twitter, for example. We don't need to. We can be who we are. There are obviously some things you might not tweet that you may say at a barbecue on a Friday night, but we need to learn to keep up the same type of engagement that we do on a personal level. So, for example, a retail store, I'm sure all businesses pride themselves on our one-to-one personal service. Someone comes into the shop, you engage with that person. So what we need to do is to try and find ways to have that same experience in a digital sense. I know it seems a bit silly, but I try and get people to think of their website as a staff member. If you've got a new employee, they go through an induction process, and in that process you talk about the philosophy of the company and the things we like to do to help serve our customer. Well, they're the things we do in social media. A good example, a good practical example is we should be asking questions on social media. The way we engage, so again, if I meet you, I've met people here here this morning that I haven't met before, and we've had a little chat, and they've asked, you know, what I did, and I've asked what they did, and all that type of thing. That's the same conversation that can exist on Facebook. Engagement is about actually asking questions and defining what your market wants and needs. It's not about you telling them. We used to have this philosophy of we advertise and we're going to tell our customers what they want. Well, now is the era where we ask the customers what they want.
Fantastic. Now we ask all our experts the same question each time. Do you have a
I know
key
this
message
question.
for Armidale Business?
Embrace the smallness. Embrace your ability to really, you know, we don't have credibility problems where we're successful locally because we're good guys and girls. We're passionate about our products, but let's build our businesses by really taking advantage of these new technologies, be it social media, be it all the opportunities that the NBN provides us in terms of a digital economy. You know, we do have an advantage. We should be early adopters in this case. Generally speaking, the technology, you don't be an early adopter, but now we really should be an early adopter, and just revel in the nicheness of regional business.
Fantastic. Thanks for your time, David.
Thank you.